So yeah, as with anything, there's always a lot of trial and error. So I did do a little bit more as far as playing with the settings go. I did upgrade up the resolution divisions to get some more detail when the time comes. I turned off most of the border collisions, although at the moment this it's kind of irrelevant because I don't have a lot of splashing going on where it's going to be hitting the outer edges of that cube we can't see. I did change the simulation method to APIC rather than flip, just in an attempt to get a little bit less of the inconsistency and splashiness going on. I what else did I do here? Oh, I might turn spray on. I think that might come in handy later. Oh, no, it needs a minute to. We'll give it a minute to do its thing. And then I did make some adjustments down here to the field weights. A lot of it's just playing around and kind of seeing where things get. Now, some of this is kind of working. I think what may happen is that when we look at this, the part that's the best is right here, this first opening salvo, where we get this nice big blob that sort of drops and hits. So what may well happen is in a little while, I may come back around and just bake that portion and have that as the main dripping effect. So before I move on to that or anything else, I think the one other thing I'm going to do is create and attach a material to the icosphere. So I'm going to pop in here to the material tab, and I'll just create a new material. I have that water back, but that was for the background. So what I'm going to do in this case is create just like a drip material. We'll call it that. I'm not going to get too, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a blue coloration. And then maybe we do, instead of a principled BDSF, just to keep it fairly simple for the moment, I'm just going to grab a glass BDSF. And we'll try that out and see how that looks. All right, so we did that, but the color's gone here. So let's go ahead and pop that back in and just give it a little bit of color. And I'm going to actually go, let's see, back here into the cube for the moment. Going back to my particle or my physics. And I think I'm going to turn spray off for now because that's not really doing anything for me. And we'll see, wait and see what that does for us. All right, so looking at the material, I need to apply it to the cube rather than to the icosphere. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Okay, so I've got it on the glass. Actually, I wonder if, rather than glass, maybe I'll do the transparent BDSF. And actually, just as a test run, let's go ahead and I'm going to add a cube to the scene just as a something more consistent to look at. And let's pause this. Let's grab this, slide it over here. There we go. All right, same deal. So let's go ahead and apply this material to it and see what we can do to make that work. Well, first of all, it's opaque. Let's do alpha clip. And let's come up here to the coloration. I want to just play with that a little bit, lighten it up a little maybe. Oop. as far as the color goes. Play around with this a little bit here. Mm-hmm. There, we'll do something more like that. And right now it's just about progress, not perfection. Let's see, alpha hashed, or let me see. Yeah, maybe for the moment we'll go with something like that. I'll hide this for the moment. So now if I go ahead and play, let it do its magic. It's going to take a moment to redo things, so just give it a second here. All right, so there we go. So what probably happens is I will probably come back later and try to refine this a little bit, and I may well just grab these first couple of frames and bake that. But for the moment, let's bring this background back in. We've at least in concept got something that's kind of doing what I want. Uh, let's uncheck show back face. And I've just lightened the color up a little bit. So now if we go ahead and push play, that's looking a little bit more like what I would expect.